This man never imagined that Jack, who couldn't even use magic, would dare to compete against him, someone who ranked third at the Magic Academy. So, he kept mocking Jack, saying that if he easily won the magic competition, it would be boring. He decided to humiliate Jack in front of the whole school, to show off his newly learned top-tier magic. In an instant, ice mist spread across the field. Seeing this, Jack sensed something was wrong. The mist was full of magic, making it hard to distinguish John's position. So, Jack could only rely on the sound of footsteps to roughly judge that John's team had surrounded him. Then, an ice sphere suddenly shot from behind. Reacting quickly, Jack blocked it with his magic sword. But once he stopped moving, he would be attacked. So, Jack kept moving, trying to locate John by the direction of the shots. What he didn't expect was that ice spheres were also fired from two other directions. But this was no problem for Jack, who couldn't use magic. He skillfully dodged with an S-shaped movement. Jack successfully located John and tried to get close to deal damage. But oddly enough, although John's team only had 3 people, a 4th ice sphere suddenly attacked him. Jack quickly shattered it with his magic sword. As the ice mist started to dissipate, John mocked, "What are you trying to do? We haven't even moved from the beginning." The students and teachers in the arena were shocked. It turned out that there were 5 Johns on the field. This clone magic was one of the 12 great spells created by Jenny, and no student had ever been able to replicate it. At this point, John was quite proud of himself and ordered the clone closest to Jack to self-destruct. Seeing this, Jack couldn't dodge in time and had no choice but to raise his magic sword to defend. Although he blocked part of the damage, the problem was that Jack was frozen in place by the self-destruct. The crowd gasped in surprise, as it was the first time they had seen someone use a spell from the Supreme 5 staff. This made Jack angry. "Why are you using Jenny's magic?" John laughed and said, "Of course, it's because I'm talented." He had learned this secret magic on his own. Although he had only scratched the surface, he had already reached the level of the Supreme 5 staff. So, John thought there was nothing remarkable about the Ice Princess barrier and that he would soon replace Jack. Seeing John insult his childhood friend Jenny like this, Jack was enraged and charged out of the ice trap. But John wasn't going to let a warrior get close to him, so he immediately cast an ice sphere to block him, and his other 4 clones attacked as well. This secret magic had another feature: the clones could act on their own. Even without John's control, they could continue torturing Jack. At this point, John's 2 lackeys also started mocking Jack. "What's wrong with you, useless? Weren't you supposed to be strong?" After playing around, John decided to finish the fight. He used 3 of his clones to create a barrier around Jack, trapping him in place. Jack tried to break the barrier, but it was completely ineffective, and if he touched the edge of the barrier, his body would freeze. Seeing this, John felt confident of his victory, mocking Jack while using his most powerful spell. A gigantic ice pillar fell from the sky, hitting Jack in the center of the arena, leaving him immobile. This overwhelming victory impressed teacher William, who praised John for never moving a single step. This was the essence and ideal of being a magic sorcerer, and John had achieved it. Thinking the match was over, John summoned 3 more clones to show off his strength, and asked the audience, "Do you think I, having learned the Ice Princess secret magic, am qualified to inherit the Supreme 5 staff?" Almost everyone agreed. They thought John, who had mastered the Ice Princess magic, was too strong, and no one could beat him. But Jack's friends only smiled. After all, John hadn't seen even 1/10,000th of Jack's true power. Sure enough, the next moment, the ice around Jack was shattered with a single sword strike, and Jack walked out unscathed.